How's everybody doing? So, got this Tamiya Blackfoot. This is an original, it's not a re-release. And it's seen better days. I picked it up at a show for $50. The body's actually in pretty good shape. I'm probably going to just reuse this body and stickers. I probably might take these ones off the back. But that's about all I can say is in good shape. Some sort of a homemade metal brace going across the shock tower here. There's a Speedworks Monster Mash motor, which I know nothing about. I'll be pulling that out and it'll be replaced with a different one. I'll check that out at a later date. They have these spring spacers on here so tight. No wonder it cracked these ends off. You see the right through there. That's one thing that's going to have to be fixed. It is missing the peg for the battery door. I don't know if this front steering servo has either seen better days or just loose. I'll have to check that out. On our front shock towers here, they've got some goofy shocks on there. You can't even compress the front end worth of crap. You can do a little bit that way, but it's just stiff. And I've got a manual speed controller. I don't know what these crazy shocks are all about. But my goal is to get this back on the road, and I don't want to do anything too fancy with it. I want to maybe pull a trailer to pull some of my rally cars around with and screw around on the beach a little bit. But so that Speedworks will be taken out and replaced with this torque tune motor. Got new set of shocks from it, factory shocks. High speed controller. Tamiya TBLE 02S speed controller for it. New peg for the battery door. And the parts tree that contains the rear arms and some other pieces. Those are probably going to be, the wheel adapters will probably be cracked. Most of these little ones have been when I've pulled them apart. Alright, so I'm going to get to pulling all this apart, and I'm not going to go through every step because it's pretty much, it's a little bit different, but it's a whole lot like the Frog when I redid it. So I'm just going to pull everything apart and get to working on it, and I'll just do like little updates. And excuse my voice, I got a little bit of a cold going on, but thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next section here. Alright, I'm back. I've pulled that motor out, and it says it's from Japan. I'm not sure how many turns it is or anything, but I'm sure I'll mess with that. That might go in something different later. Here's a pile of removed parts. And these things, they had so many spacers in between these. They were so stiff, no wonder that thing wasn't getting any flex and breaking the plastic pieces, especially the horizontal shocks. They're really, really stiff. They've got spacers just crammed in there. And I'm going to have to end up replacing these tires. As I got looking, they are dry rotted pretty bad. They're starting to break apart all over the place. But fortunately, I have these, and these tires are in good shape. The rims are a little bit different, and instead of having there's a back one. Instead of having that pattern, they've got the 12mm hex. I've got adapters, so that's not a big deal. So those will end up on it instead of the yellow ones. And from what I can tell, the chassis is dirty, but it seems to be in good shape. I've got to tighten a few pieces up and go over a few things. That's to be expected. I'm going to get to working on cleaning and putting this thing back together, and we will get back with it. Also, the CV shafts are a little worn out. They had them in such a bind with those shocks that they were just pulling them apart. I'm going to put them back in for now, but they'll probably also be replaced at a later date. My goal is just to get this up and running, and I don't plan on abusing it too bad, hopefully. But alright, hang on, I'll get some more done and check back in. Alright, so that all turned out pretty well. I got everything back together. I got the new shocks assembled. I got these red wheels to fit right on. Speed controller, ESC, sport tune motor, Cleaned everything up, did a lot of tightening up, had to rework a few things. But that Torque 2 motor actually scoots it around pretty good. I drove it around on the carpet a little bit. And one of the interesting things is I was going through, I buy a lot of stuff at shows and used. So I bought this box of Tamiya and Kyosho parts. And one of the things in it was this. This is a rear sway bar for a Blackfoot. I went ahead and installed that right through here. Nice little addition. My 12mm adapters turned out great. Seemed like the front wheels are really close to lining up to the back. And the only thing really left to do now is take it out for a run video. Scoot that back a little bit. But yeah, it turned out to be pretty good looking, so we'll take it outside and do some running and I'll get back with you.